Joni Lamb released a news statement addressing the allegations that Daystar paid for her $100,000 honeymoon in Mexico. Today, yet another false allegation is being pushed by Jonathan, this time relating to expenses for my honeymoon. With the assistance of a blogger, Jonathan claims that Daystar paid for my honeymoon with Doug. The truth is that I used credit card points to pay for my honeymoon, leaving a balance owed to Daystar. I fully paid that balance, a key detail Jonathan omitted because it does not fit his narrative. The fact of the matter is that all charges by me on a corporate credit card that are personal in nature are fully accounted for and are always reimbursed by me. The same was true for any personal expenses incurred by Jonathan during his tenure. This has been and will always be the accounting practice at Daystar. In fact, Daystar's finances are subjected to an independent, third-party audit by an accounting firm on an annual basis. Joni posted on her X account. Unfortunately, this statement is weak without evidence to counter the proof Jonathan provided to the Roy's report, but we will get back to it in a bit. Hello, Anointed One. Welcome back to Anointed TV as we take a closer look at the latest saga shaking up the world of faith-based ministries. We dive into a growing controversy surrounding Daystar Television, one of the largest Christian TV networks in the world. Daystar TV president Joni Lamb is under fire following reports that ministry funds may have been used for personal expenses, including a luxury honeymoon, frequent private jet travel, and a $2.9 million beach condo. Let's break it all down. First, let's talk about the honeymoon. Besides the accusation that Joni Lamb covered the abuse of her granddaughter, who is Jonathan and Susie's daughter, Joni was also accused of using Daystar's money to pay for her honeymoon with her new husband, Doug Weiss. When she was asked about it in her tell-all interview with her Table Talk co-hosts, here is what she said.
We got back from our
Those are strong words from Joni Lamb, denying that Daystar funds were used to pay for her luxury honeymoon in Los Cabos, Mexico, with her new husband, Doug Weiss. But new evidence obtained by the Roy's report tells a different story. According to the Roy's report, Joni Lamb and her new husband, Doug Weiss, honeymooned at a luxury resort in Los Cabos, Mexico, in July 2023. The total bill? Over $103,000. Jonathan Lamb, former vice president of Daystar and Joni's own son, claims that the honeymoon was charged to Daystar's corporate credit card. He raised objections in an August 2023 board meeting. The board, which included only 3 members, Joni, Jonathan, and attorney Tom Callender, voted on the matter. And despite Jonathan's objections, Callender reportedly approved a decision to gift the $100,000 to Johnny. Joni Lamb has since denied the allegations, saying in a 36-minute video that, quote, "Not one penny of Daystar's money was used for our honeymoon." She then followed up with the statement we read at the beginning of this video, insisting that she never used Daystar finances to fund the honeymoon. Looking at this statement provided, Joni admits she used points accumulated on a Daystar credit card for her own personal use. How are points accumulated on a company card not the property of the company? And how does that square with "not one penny of Daystar's money was used for our honeymoon"? Secondly, Julie of the Roy's report included Daystar's statement that Joni repaid the charges in her article. But when she reached out to Daystar 3 times asking for 2 things: documentation and the date Joni repaid the charges, Daystar produced 0 documentation and did not disclose the date. Thirdly, Jonathan Lamb said he objected to Daystar paying for the honeymoon at a board meeting in August 2023, a month after the honeymoon, and Joni was at the meeting. However, according to Jonathan, a board member decided to gift $100,000 for the honeymoon to Joni. There reportedly was no objection. Here is evidence of Jonathan referring to his objection to Daystar paying for the $100,000 honeymoon at a meeting, including the board member who reportedly decided to gift the honeymoon to Joni and her new husband Doug. Again, there was no objection.
Her position as the CEO of Daystar, that's never been a question. On the show today, she was actually kind of throwing me under the bus by saying that one of the challenges she's been dealing with is that people will not always submit. But I emailed her back. I just said, Mom, I've always submitted to you, even when I don't agree. I didn't agree that Daystar paid your $100,000 honeymoon. I didn't agree that Daystar paid for $5,500 of Rachel's personal photography expenses. I didn't agree with Doug being the co-host of ministry now, but I've submitted to that. The only where I draw my line is the Word of God, and I will never compromise on the Word of God, and that's where I stand.
Well, I mean, I think there would have to be. I mean, I think one of the reasons I'm here is just to paint all the pictures that are out there, so both sides can see. So everybody can see what the issues are,
Sure,
and try to figure out how to resolve.
I think that's a great thing.
And we really wanted to do that. And you know what? Your mom's not in here. This gives us a chance to really try to do. But
Now, let's turn to Daystar's private jet. According to the Trinity Foundation, the ministry's jet made 24 round-trip flights from Fort Worth, Texas to Colorado Springs, Colorado, starting in October 2022. Why is that significant? Because that's where Doug Weiss, Joni's now husband, lived when they began dating in August 2022. The jet also made 13 round-trip flights to Destin, Florida, between 2022 and 2024. Then, in September 2023, Joanie and Doug purchased a beach condo in Destin for a reported $2.9 million. The estimated cost of these flights? Over $769,000. All of this raises serious questions about whether Daystar donors are unknowingly funding luxury travel for personal purposes. This controversy has also revealed deep tensions within the Lamb family. In a recorded meeting from September 26, 2023, Jonathan Lamb confronted Daystar's CFO and legal counsel about his objections to the ministry paying for the honeymoon. He also mentioned other questionable expenses, like a $5,500 personal photography bill for his sister Rachel, and the decision to make Doug Weiss a host on Daystar's Ministry Now program. Jonathan stated, quote, "I've always submitted to you, Mom, even when I didn't agree, but I draw the line when it comes to compromising the Word of God." Despite his objections, it appears Jonathan's concerns were dismissed, and he ultimately left his role at Daystar in November 2023. This situation isn't just about one family. It raises broader questions about financial transparency and accountability in religious ministries. Daystar has yet to provide documentation showing that Joni Lamb reimbursed the ministry for any of these expenses. Nonprofits, especially religious ones, must adhere to strict guidelines about how donations are used. Misusing funds for personal benefit could lead to investigations, fines, or even the loss of tax-exempt status. So, what happens next? Will Daystar release the financial records? Will donors demand more transparency? Or will this controversy fade away? We'll be following this story closely, so make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates. And let us know in the comments, should religious ministries face stricter financial oversight? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching Anointed TV. Until next time, stay informed and stay curious.